Hi guys, William Murfitt here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 2 of the head gasket replacement on my 1979 Mini Clubman saloon. So in the last episode I got the car to a point where I can put the head back onto the block. This included removing the cylinder head, cleaning up the block, removing all the bits around it, fitting the head gasket on, and then in today's video I'm going to clean up the cylinder head. I'm actually filming this slightly after the events happened, and I've got this carburetor here which I'm going to now be fitting, but let's get you up to date where we are and we'll come back to this very shortly.
I know you don't love me like you say you do.
Right, okay, so the block, or the face of the cylinder head now is good. I've taken it all back with a blade, and that's just going to take out anything that's sort of left there. Everything else now is just an imperfection into the actual face. When I say imperfection, it just means like it's markings. So it's completely flat, with no indents or anything, so I'm happy with that. Next thing I'm going to do, it's not really necessary, but I'm going to use this blade or bristle brush on the Dremel and just clean up inside the chambers a little bit because it's all carboned up. And what I don't want to happen is leave it like that and then it continues to build up, and that possibly could be not helping the poor running. Okay, so this is the ones I've done. Just clean it a little bit and you can see the difference between cleaned up valves or valve and chamber compared to the non-cleaned up ones. So I think this is going to really improve the actual overall running of the car, and hopefully we'll get them done very quickly. It seems to be going pretty smoothly, so let's keep plodding on and I'll be done very, very soon. This here is just a really soft, as you can see, just a really soft bristled brush. It's not going particularly fast, but just taking the worst of the piston, the worst of the carbon off the valves. So let's just give this once more on the face, and then I can get it fitted. Right, try again. So, I'm pretty annoyed. I've torqued down on the cylinder head, and then when I realised that one of these rockers had a massive gap, and I was a bit confused why. So then it occurred to me, why don't I remove the pushrod cover, which I did, and the reason that's sitting lower is because the cam follower isn't fitted. So I've got to lift this rocker shaft back up so I can get that rocker out, push the cam follower in, push it back in, and then re-torque the head down. I think I'll be okay because I haven't ran the engine up. Now I'm hoping I'm not going to ruin the head gasket by doing this, but yeah, I've got no other choice really. So I was looking at this to see whether I can take the rocker off, but they're fitted in and it's possible. In fact, I'll try that first. I'm going to take this pin off. There's a spring and a washer and then a split pin. Let's take the split pin off and see what happens. Everything is pretty much back together. I've rectified the fault of the rocker, or the pushrod. Thankfully I spotted that before I tried to crank the engine over, because that would have been pretty, yeah, it probably would have destroyed most of the engine. Bent the push rods, and yeah, it doesn't even worth, it's not even worth thinking about, because it would have been horrible. So I'm glad I spotted that. So in the next episode I'm going to adjust the tappets, I'm going to fill it with oil, I'm going to get it started up, fired up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that misfire is gone. I'm also going to just tidy a few little bits and pieces up as well, but I've been out here all day. It actually come off a lot quicker than I thought, but putting it back together and getting everything back in the right place and cleaning things up took a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, that's what I'm going to be doing. And if you have enjoyed this content, as always, please click that thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. That's it from me. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.